Wenye umepita.
Tangu lini unawekea mimi michele hivi kama patko? Chukua nyama rudisha huko.
Mimi unapenda kusumbua sasa.
Sipendi kusumbua na leta bwana.
Kwa mtu mimi nataka uchafue.
Nani nionyeshaje jina yake sasa hivi?
Finally, the wait is over. The Sundowner Sunset date is back. Saturday, 30th July 2022. The Grand Collabo, the gorgeous Catherine Donye and the wicked weekend man John Obongo Jr. together on one stage for the first time.
Meanwhile, some country.
Plus, Sir Elvis performing your favorite country hits live. All roads lead to the park in Kitengela, the land of Nyama Choma, for music, dance, food, drink, and so much fun. The Sundowner Sunset Date, the Grand Collabo. Mark the date, Saturday, 30th July 2022. Tickets cost 500 shillings at the gate.
Good evening and welcome to today's Bulletin. Sunday Express begins right now, 24 days into the month of July, the year 2022. Of course, we are edging closer to the next general election. 10 years after serving as the head of state, President Uhuru Kenyatta and the First Lady Margaret Kenyatta today had a chance to be part and parcel of a Thanksgiving service that was hosted in their honor at State House, Nairobi. We got details about this, including the presidential debate fallout. Who is going to attend, who is not going to attend, what are the reasons? We'll be letting you in on the back and forth regarding this issue, also letting you in on the politics of the weekend contained in our comprehensive news bulletin that begins right now. But first, the top stories. Cause for concern. DCI maintains that 3 Venezuelan nationals arrested at JKIA with election materials had ulterior motives. Thanksgiving. State House holds ceremony for President Uhuru Kenyatta as he approaches end of term. Campaign trail. Raila comes in Mount Kenya for the second day running as Ruto woos voters in Kericho County. All right, once again, welcome to the broadcast, a comprehensive news bulletin ahead for you. My name is Serfine Achieng. John Jacob Kure is not with us tonight, but I'll be doing this together with Anne Wangeshi, who is on the sign language interpretation. We are following up also a story for you concerning an accident that happened this evening at Tharaka Nithi County. We are just following up this. We'll be giving you details about the updates you're receiving in our newsroom as we continue with this particular broadcast. But first things first. Let's begin straight away. State House Kenya held a special Thanksgiving prayer and worship service for a successful 10-year tenure for the Excellencies President Uhuru Kenyatta and First Lady Margaret Kenyatta at State House Nairobi Gardens. The interfaith service was attended by State House Kenya staff from all state houses and state lodges across the country, led by Controller of State House Kinuthi Ambugwa and Chief of Staff in the Office of the First Lady Constance Gakonyo.
Bishop Abraham Mulwa of the African Inland Church, who delivered the sermon at the service, said President Uhuru Kenyatta and First Lady Margaret Kenyatta had done well in the last 10 years in leading the nation, and asked them to move on with their heads held high and never be afraid to offer themselves to serve the country.
There are those who gave gold. There are those who gave silver. In terms of thinking, time, guarding, from the highest, who is the head of the state, to the lowest, you have served this nation for 10 good years.
The service was attended by several senior government officials, among them the head of public service, Dr. Joseph Kinyua, Gender CS, Professor Margaret Kobia, and NMS Director General Mohamed Badi. The head of state, who is barred from defending the seat, having served a maximum of the constitutional 2 terms, is set to leave office after the general election, set to be held in the next 2 weeks, during which the Kenyan electorate will pick his successor.
For 10 good years, you never went home. For 10 good years, you have been running up and down. For 10 good years, you have been planning and strategizing, even when it is so difficult, like the times of COVID. You have been planning on how our economy to improve. That is your building towards the nation.
Beatrice Gatonyang-Etich, Sunday Express.
Indeed, celebrating the head of state for his 10 years of service as the country's president. Now, moving on to other matters, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations has issued a detailed statement on the circumstances that led to the arrest of 3 Venezuelan nationals and confiscation of electoral materials that were in their possession at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on Thursday last week. DCI boss George Kinoti did not seem to agree with a statement by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission that the 3 were employees of the commission or the firm contracted to deliver election materials.
In a detailed statement, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations boss George Kinoti said the Venezuelan nationals Jose Gregorio Camargo Castellanos, Joel Gustavo Rodriguez Garcia and Salvador Javier Sosa Suarez were arrested on Thursday, the 21st of July 2022, after their personal bags containing election materials were flagged at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Kinoti said upon investigations, police established that the suspects' contracts did not explicitly state they were employees of IEBC or the IT firm contracted to deliver poll materials, as alleged by IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati. Kinoti says the 3 Venezuelans were on a private business trip and scheduled to meet a businessman, Abdullahi Abdi Mohammed, in Nairobi. It was also established that 2 of the suspects traveled using expired passports. Kinoti said the officers confiscated the bag containing 17 rolls of electoral materials, namely stickers. The stickers were from an estimated 10,000 polling stations in 10 counties. The counties are Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru, Meru, Machakos, Murang'a, Bomet, Nyeri, Tharaka Nithi, Nyandarua and Kericho. Kinoti said that 17 other rolls previously smuggled into the country by 2 of the suspects remain unaccounted for. The 3 were also in possession of laptops and flash disks, which upon query, they said were personal property. Kinoti challenged Chebukati to put his house in order ahead of the polls. The IEBC chair had in a statement on Thursday night said police detained 3 Venezuelan nationals who are staff for Smartmatic International BV, the company contracted by the commission to print ballot papers. The nationals have since been released. Nancy Okware, Sunday Express.
Now, the Kenya Kwanza Brigade has come to the defense of the embattled Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission and faulted a director of criminal investigations for allegedly meddling in the preparations of the August poll. Speaking in separate rallies in Kericho and Kisii counties, Deputy President William Ruto said the electoral body should be given room to work independently. The electoral body and DCI are embroiled in a bitter exchange of words over the arrest of 3 foreigners from Venezuela who entered the country with allegedly undeclared IEBC materials. Achola Simon with details of this report.
As the country enters into the home stretch of one of the most intriguing presidential campaigns, Deputy President William Ruto, the Kenya Kwanza presidential candidate, retreated in his political home turf of Kericho County as he seeks to consolidate his support base ahead of the general polls. It is here that he will lead his team in defending the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission against what they said was unwarranted attacks.
We are saying as Kenyans, we will have a peaceful election. Mimi nawauliza ndugu zangu, watu wa hapa Kericho na Wakenya wote, nawauliza tuwe na uchaguzi wa amani. Musikubali hawa watu watusukume ati kutokee mambo ya utata katika taifa letu.
I want to tell the IG and I want to tell the DCI gentlemen, when the victory is done and confirmed, we shall also, in the defense of democracy in this country, we shall also institute an inquiry to public officers, public servants who have been used to try and undermine democracy in this country. And we want to tell you that you can undermine democracy, but you cannot defeat democracy.
Wewe hujui vile IEBC inafanya kazi. Na wewe you have been displaying a lot of drama about arrests, possible prosecutions, nothing comes out of it. Wachana na watu wa IEBC, Bwana Kinoti.
The DP insisting that unless stopped, the attacks are likely to compromise the integrity of the August general poll results.
They should not bother IEBC. They should not waste time fighting Chebukati. We want the elections and we want free, fair and credible elections. We don't want interference of the state and the state project on these elections.
The leaders also calling on the locals to not only vote for UDA, but also come out in large numbers to ensure their candidate achieve the 50+1 constitutional requirement.
Na mimi naomba nyinyi, ile kitu imebaki hapa ni voter turnout. Vijana mlio na bodaboda, ukipata mama kwa barabara unapeleka yeye apige kura na kumrudisha nyumbani. Tunakubaliana? Ukiona jirani hajafika kwa kituo cha kura, unaenda unamchukua unamlete.
Ruto is expected in Nandi County on Monday as he continues with his last-minute strategy of touch and go in his strongholds and perceived battlegrounds. Achola Simon, Sunday Express, Kericho County.
na kuomba mapenzi ya Mungu yatendeke, kwa sababu uongozi hautoki kwa mtu. Uongozi unatoka kwa Mungu.
Asking God to guide us in electing the right people who will be working along with God in ushering and guiding people in Kenya. And we ask people to be doing these things in peace.
Still on politics, NARC Kenya Party has promised to ensure that the Azimio la Umoja wa Kenya Coalition Party garners more votes in Nakuru in next month's election. The party assured residents that the coalition's flag bearer will visit the county to receive the memorandum handed to them by the residents.
The Express need not to be forgotten. They express their desire to continue supporting Azimio, and they look forward to the return of Baba and Martha to Nakuru to be able to give them further assurance, but also to affirm and see the good work that the organizers of Azimio in Nakuru have been doing as we head into an election victory.
Frederick Muki for Sunday Express.
All right, thank you, Frederick Moki, for that report, which now takes us to our first break on Sunday Express. But remember, on the other side, we still have a lot that we are going to be updating you on, including the developing story we are following up for you concerning an accident in Tharaka Nithi County. Scores are feared dead following this accident that involved a bus that veered off the road, that veered off the Nithi Bridge. And of course, we are just tracking this to know what is it that is happening on the ground. We'll be giving you more details about this particular report as we receive it in our newsroom. But for now, we take a short break. We are coming back with much more. Do stay with us.
Wewe na isitoshe utaosha hata vyombo.
Mimi nioshe vyombo mimi?
Hata unacheza.
Mwanaume mzima mimi nioshe vyombo kwa sababu ya kula chakula ya hoteli hii mimi. Wait. What?
Mogaka.
Kwa ofisi.
Plani umepita.
Tangu lini unawekea mimi michele hivi kama patko? Chukua nyama rudisha huko.
Mimi unapenda kusumbua sasa.
Sipendi kusumbua na leta bwana.
Kwa mtu mimi nataka uchafue.
Nani nionye taja jina yake saa hivi.
Genova, talk to me, please. Genova, please talk to me. I'm Furna from Green Hill. Are you Genova's lover from the mortal world?
Your body has been damaged. You may not be fit to carry a baby.
No way. I must keep this baby.
Echo.
What?
都是假象。
All right, and on the news concerning the accident, the scores are feared dead following an accident that happened this evening in Tharaka Nithi County. We've just received an update that as at now, at least 20 people have been killed. It is an accident that involved a bus that veered off. At least 20 people are feared dead after an accident happened that involved a bus that veered off the Nithi Bridge in Tharaka Nithi County. This is after the driver lost control, and reports from the ground indicate that the Mombasa-bound bus plunged into River Nithi. And of course, at least 20 people are currently feared dead. We are yet to get more details about this as we continue to follow up this developing story for you. But it is just an accident that took place in Tharaka Nithi County. Really sad indeed. And we are going to be updating you as we receive more information. And now, away from that tragic turn of events, the global monkeypox outbreak has been declared a public health emergency of international concern by the World Health Organization. The viral infection, characterized by fever, rash and swollen lymph nodes, was reported in the UK and has been spreading rapidly since early May this year. Trevor Ngendo reports.
The disease, known to be spread by rodents and other animals, had previously been established in parts of Central and West Africa for decades, but it was not known to spark large outbreaks beyond the continent or to spread widely among people until May, when authorities detected dozens of endemics in Europe, North America and elsewhere. Declaring monkeypox a public health emergency of international concern on Saturday, the World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros said he came to the decision after considering the 5 elements required on declaring whether an outbreak constitutes a public health emergency of international concern.
We have an outbreak that has spread around the world rapidly through new modes of transmission, about which we understand too little, and which meets the criteria in the international health regulations. For all of these reasons, I have decided that the global monkeypox outbreak represents a public health emergency of international concern.
So far, 5 deaths, all in Africa, and more than 16,000 cases of monkeypox have been reported across more than 75 countries this year. The number of confirmed infections rose to 77% from late June through early July, according to WHO data.
Although I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern, for the moment, this is an outbreak that's concentrated among men who have sex with men, especially those with multiple sexual partners.
According to the Center for Disease Control, initial symptoms of the monkeypox virus include fever, headache, a sore throat, cough, swollen lymph nodes and muscle ache before causing chickenpox-like rashes or blisters on the body. The virus can spread through contact with body fluids, sores or items such as clothing and beddings contaminated with the virus. It can also spread from person to person through respiratory droplets in closed setting, with the recovery process taking 2 to 4 weeks. Europe is currently the global epicenter of the outbreak, reporting more than 80% of confirmed infections worldwide. The US has reported more than 2,500 monkeypox cases so far across 44 states. Experts have blamed health authorities for failing to contain the outbreak, warning that the situation could become worse. Trevor Ngendo for Sunday Express.
Now, stakeholders in Kilifi County have come together to address high teenage pregnancy rates in the county that have remained stubbornly high despite efforts to find lasting solutions. Projects such as building of girls' schools have been initiated in efforts to ensure the girls' rights to education are protected.
While an estimated 18.4% of girls aged between 15 and 19 years are teen mothers, the rate is higher in Kilifi County, with 21.8%, with predisposing factors for the girls here being poverty.
Tutahakikisha hata wale wasichana wamezalia nyumbani, kutakuwa na bweni ambalo tunaweza kuweka wale wasichana wadogo, kwa sababu huwezi kumkatisha msichana kunyonya, yule mtoto kunyonya mpaka aendelee kwa miezi 6, na ukihesabu ile miezi ni kama mwaka, msichana atakosa masomo. Hatu encourage wazae, lakini tunataka wale waliozaa kwa bahati mbaya waendelee na masomo yao.
Mbali na mradi huu, hata ujapokamilika, panapokuwa na uwezo, basi iwezekane ya kwamba kutakuwa na miradi mingine itakayoanzishwa ya mashule, ili kuhakikisha kwamba watoto wetu wanaweza kufika shule karibu na kuweza kujipatia elimu.
To fight the worrying trend, stakeholders in the region are putting in measures to save the girl child in this region. Establishment of girls' secondary schools in the remote villages that have high poverty levels with no schools is the latest strategy to ensure girls access schools and education.
Watoto wote wako around, wasichana asikose nafasi ya kusoma. Asiwe na sababu ya kuwa hajapata nafasi ya kusoma, shule hii inaenda kuanzishwa ya wasichana. Kuwe hakuna mimba za mapema kwa sababu ni lazima atembee kilomita 5 akitafuta kwenda kusoma shule. Shule itakuwa hapa tulipo.
So far, Area Member of Parliament has initiated a plan to ensure that there are 5 girls' secondary schools and 5 boys' schools in the constituency, some of which are already complete and in operation.
Na wale watasoma tutasaidiana ili tuone kwamba wanamaliza na pia tuweze kuwaelekeza kwenda kusomea taaluma tofauti ambao watakuwa wanasaidiana kuingia ndani katika jamii ya Wakenya kama wengine.
Maendeleo ya Wanawake Organization chairperson in Kilifi County, Witness Suma, who hailed the move, says more needs to be done and call upon the county government to take a lead role in securing girls in the region.
Tunataka kukuza mtoto wa kike ndani ya Kilifi County. Lile donda sugu limelia kila mwaka Kilifi. Naona donda sugu hilo tunaenda kulitia kwa kaburi la sahau. Kwa sababu kama mwenyekiti, wasichana walioko Magarini, walioko Kaloleni, walioko Ganze, walioko kule Kaloleni, Kilifi South na Kilifi North, nitaomba waletwe hizi shule ambazo tunazianzisha wako kule na njozi yao inatakana iendelee.
Over 3,000 teenage girls have fallen victim to teenage pregnancy in Kilifi County between January and May 2019, 75 of them being aged between 10 and 14 years, according to the latest adolescent pregnancy report by Kilifi County Hospital.
Maana kusema kweli hapa kwetu hakuna shule ya wasichana ya upili hapa karibu. Na kwa sababu hakuna shule ya upili ya wasichana hapa karibu, itakuwa ni faida kwetu. Wasichana wetu wengi watakuwa, naona kutakuwa na mabadiliko.
Among the sub-counties recording highest number in the recent times are Kilifi North, Magarini, Kilifi South, Ganze, Kaloleni, Malindi and Rabai. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Gladys Mungai.
And now on to the COVID-19 situation in the country. Kenya has recorded 55 new COVID-19 cases from a sample size of 1,934 tested in the last 24 hours. The positivity rate has dropped to 2.8% from Saturday's 5.9%. The total confirmed positive cases now stand at 337,297. The Ministry of Health says no new COVID-19 related deaths has been reported. As of the 23rd of July, a total of over 18 million vaccines had been administered across the country. Data from Johns Hopkins University Coronavirus Resource Center shows that more than 569 million COVID-19 infections have been confirmed globally, with over 6.3 million deaths being reported since the beginning of the pandemic. Right now, over 10,000 Iteso Cultural Union delegates cutting across 4 countries, Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda and Southern Sudan, have elected their new king, Papa Sunday Imolot. The community has been without a king for the last 6 months after the demise of His Highness Papa Osuban, who passed on earlier this year. Imolot took over as the caretaker till when the Electoral Commission of the Union declared the seat vacant. He was elected unopposed, having been the only candidate.
Dancing to the tune to welcome a new Iteso King at Soroti Cultural Headquarters, Busia County. It is evident that pomp and color was at its peak during this auspicious occasion.
The election of His Highness Yemwamori Papa Iteso, Section C, says if there is only one person duly nominated, the chairperson of council shall declare such a person duly elected as His Highness Yemwamori Papa Iteso.
Following the death of His Highness Papa Osuban 6 months ago, the community was in the dark, but now they have some light.
I am happy to hand over the only duly nominated candidate, Mr. Paul Sandemolot, to you, the chairperson, Iteso Cultural Union Council, for declaration as the Mormon Papa Iteso.
Papa Sunday Emoloto, the king-elect, could not hide his joy after the great honor. He promised to ensure the community lives harmoniously.
But what we are saying, unity is paramount. When we are united, we shall stand strong. But when we are divided, we shall fall. So So that's the message I've shared with all the delegates here, that we need to promote unity in order to develop our people.
Moloto, who was the king in an acting capacity, hailed the government of Uganda for restoring the cultural institutions that has enabled them to discuss their matters without any hindrance.
I feel that with their support, we shall be able to make this kingdom stronger and stronger. Today, this responsibility which I've been given as a Moro Papa Teso, it is just to lead the people of Teso, not to govern them.
The king-elect shall be crowned on November 19th, 2022.
We are passing here, the carpet is here.
A colourful ceremony indeed there from the Teso community. Now let's move this forward. The textile industry in Kenya is set for a revival following the government's directive to have all uniforms of disciplined forces manufactured locally. The government has projected that by the end of this year, between 40,000 and 200,000 farmers in the country will have taken up production of genetically modified cotton as it seeks to revive the textile sector that collapsed for lack of raw material.
The farming of cotton in the country was brought to its knees by low cotton yields after a ban on GMO cotton was placed in 2012 by the then Cabinet Minister for Health, Beth Mogo. In a bid to turn around the industry, President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2018 issued a directive that gave farmers permission to cultivate the genetically modified crop, a move that saw textile industries witness a beehive of activity.
Tungependa kusindikiza na shukurani zaidi kwa sababu serikali ya Kenya imeweza kutupatia grant mwaka jana ya farm inputs ambayo ni zile pesticides na fungicides, na pia tunaomba katika tunapoingia mwaka huu katika hali ya kujitayarisha kulima pamba, ile msaada imefanyika mwaka jana ikapate kuendelea pia mwaka huu, kwa sababu kweli gharama ya ukulima ama the cost of production imekuwa juu.
Vika Cloth Mills production manager Dominic Ngoge notes that President Uhuru Kenyatta's directive to have uniforms of disciplined forces manufactured locally gave the factory a new lease of life, with thousands of meters of garments that make uniforms for GSU, Kenya Police, military and other forces being manufactured there.
And thanks to the government, because they have been very supportive in giving us government tenders. In the armed forces, we are getting tenders from there. And it is something that is quite good, because imports for the government facilities have been clamped down.
While the debate on whether to ban the importation of second-hand clothes, commonly referred to as mitumba, continues, Ngogi says that is not the biggest threat to the textile industry.
Second-hand clothing, we don't have any issues with them. What we have issues is local imported cheap products from China, from India that come, and maybe without having a duty fully paid. And they are giving us a big challenge in the sense that we, in the line of manufacturing, they misrepresent what they bring in.
While on tour at the factory, Rashid Hamisi, the chair of Kwale Pavi Cooperative Society, said most of their members who were growing cotton had leased their land to mining companies after the textile industry collapsed, but will now be looking to rejoin the trade.
Lakini sasa kulingana na mwamko mpya ambao umekuja na mfumuko wa bei ambao umeongezeka, japo bado tunalia kwamba hiyo bei iko chini kwa gharama za kilimo iko juu.
Edwin Austin for Sunday Express.
Now, elsewhere across the counties, the county government of Kisii is blaming stalled agricultural projects to insecurity and heightened political tension in the region. Kisii County Executive Committee member for Agriculture, Esman Onsarigo, says officers from the county are unable to carry out their duties in the grassroots due to tension attributed to ongoing political campaigns. Details of this and more stories in our county news briefs.
Kisii County government has faulted the electioneering season for the slow development in agricultural sector in the region. The region's County Executive Committee member for Agriculture, Esman Onsarigo, says there is concern over delayed provision of agricultural services, which is occasioned by political events in the region.
what we've been doing all these years, the production that is in the farms. This produce will not get to the market. This is why I have given this call to the government.
A section of women and youth in Moranga have benefited from posho meals courtesy of Turkish Development Agency and Ahadi Kenya Trust. Ahadi Kenya Director Stanley Kamau says the donation would help vulnerable families to eke a living and affordable sale of flour.
I've also requested these the groups here that if they find persons with disability, vulnerable and poor children and orphans, they should actually consider not charging them even a coin for their unga, and this will help the poor communities in the society.
The government has issued 5,000 title deeds to a section of residents in Budalangi. Beneficiaries say the documents will enable them develop and utilize their ancestral lands. While issuing the title deeds, Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa lauded President Uhuru Kenyatta for his deliberate efforts in ensuring Kenyans acquire title deeds compared to other regimes.
Busia, nafikiri hapo mbeleni kabla ya hii serikali kulikuwa na over 100,000 title deeds, lakini tangu in the last 10 years ni almost 200,000.
Leo hii katika Budalangi ni siku ya furaha sana, maana hizi vitu tunaziona Uhuru Kenyatta akipeana title deeds kwa mashamba zingine, lakini leo tumeona Budalangi pia sisi tunapewa title deeds za mashamba zetu.
More than 128 schools in Kajiado County have received competence-based curriculum learning materials and agricultural programs donated by Nestle Kenya in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Agriculture. The materials, developed in partnership with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, are aimed at aiding practical agricultural training and encourage learners to adopt healthy lifestyles.
When we start, there is a very clear set of objectives in terms of the number of schools that we will cover, the number of students that we will cover, how much information are we disseminating also and getting to the caregivers, the teachers that we impact.
Learners being change agents, they will also be able to impact to the parents and the community about nutrition.
And now, for its universality, music is viewed as a powerful tool to influence people's mindset and trigger desired results. Ahead of Kenya's August 2022 general election, choirs drawn from 5 state agencies have recorded songs with the message of peace, hope and unity at the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation studios in Nairobi. Take a look.
The Broadcasting House, Nairobi. The headquarters of KBC. A beehive of activity. It is all about peace and unity before, during and after August 2022 general election. 5 choirs are here to record their message of hope. The Kenya Airports Authority Choir, the DCI Choir, Maritime Choir, Huduma Kenya Choir, and the National Hospital Insurance Fund Choir are all part of the peace initiative stewarded by legendary choir master Mwalimu Thomas Wasonga, who is the coordinator of public events at the Presidential Events Coordination Unit.
We have a program here to promote peace during elections. So the program is Peaceful Elections.
Mwalimu Wasonga is a household name, having begun his career more than 3 decades ago. A singer cum songwriter, Mwalimu Wasonga is best known for patriotic songs that were commonplace during the reign of President Moi.
Tawala Kenya, Tawala, Tawala Kenya, Tawala, Rais Moi, Tawala Kenya, Tawala.
Also in attendance was Richard Kadambi, the choir director of the DCI Choir. He was involved in the development of the East African Anthem.
My contribution is actually the restructuring of the melody, the text of the anthem. That's my words. the harmony. The whole harmony, the way you see it, is what I did without the help of anybody. Though we had the technical team, but that was an individual contribution. The arrangement of the anthem, plus what the band is playing, what the military bands are playing, I arranged it.
Nicholas Simodia, who is the NHIF manager for ethics and integrity, is the founder and director of the NHIF 1990 choir and has also contributed to the East African anthem.
This was for about 5 years when we were searching for the song that would unite the entire community.
His own compositions of patriotic songs have also been part and parcel of major state functions. The music director also urges Kenyans to maintain peace.
We need not to interfere with the growth of our economy at all, especially after the COVID. Now we're going to election. The election should make us even stronger to start building our country.
Sentiments echoed by the choir members from the different choirs, as well as DCI Chair Mark Masai and the Huduma Choir Director Shem Nyabera.
Amani ni nguzo, tundumishe amani kote, nguzo ya nchi yetu Kenya.
So that is the song that we're singing to promote peace. We sat down and we came up with songs, not only to fight crime out there, but also to tell people about the peaceful election through singing.
I believe in one thing: amani idumu Kenya.
The park in Kitengela, the land of Nyama Choma, for music, dance, food, drink, and so much fun. The Sundowner Sunset Date, the Grand Collabo. Mark the date, Saturday, 30th July 2022. Tickets cost 500 shillings at the gate.
All right, welcome and thank you for staying with us. Now on to the sports. Emmanuel Kipkurui Korir won Kenya the second gold medal at the World Athletics Championships in Oregon, United States by winning the 800 meters final held this morning. Beatrice Chebet added a silver medal to Kenya's tally by finishing second in the women 5,000 meters final.
Competing in the 800 meters final alongside compatriots Emmanuel Wanyonyi and Wycliffe Kinyamal early Sunday morning in Oregon, Emmanuel Korir stormed to the gold medal in his season's best time of 1 minute 43.71 seconds.
I'm happy that we've achieved, now the Kenyans, I'm sure they're happy. Whenever they have, now we have another gold medal, and we appreciate. I thank everyone who has been there for us, the government, the cheering squad, and anyone, who really helped us to be in this point.
He defeated Jamel Sajati of Algeria, who took silver, and Marco Arop of Canada, who settled for the bronze. Wanyonyi and Kinyamal finished 4th and 8th respectively.
But the Olympic champion becomes the world champion, and what a second place for Sajati, the Algerian.
Beatrice Chebet also clocked her season best time of 14 minutes 46.75 seconds on her way to the women 5,000 meter silver medal.
The 5,000 meter title. Chebet takes the silver, and it's a bronze for Dawit Seyon.
Nimeshukuru Mungu nimewin silver na furaha yangu zaidi ni kuwin na world championship, not easy, so nimefurahi sana, hata sina cha kusema, ni kumshukuru Mungu tu.
She finished second behind Gudaf Segai of Ethiopia, and who won gold, while another Ethiopian, Dawit Sewam, finished third for the bronze medal. Other Kenyans in the race, Margaret Chalimo and Gloria Kite, finished 4th and 10th respectively.
That the Ethiopians could go for a clean sweep here.
All right, and the medal hunt for Team Kenya continues, and you can catch the action live right here on KBC Channel 1. A lot lined up for tonight at 4 a.m. Kenyan time. Jacob Krop, Nicholas Kimeli Kipkorir, and Daniel Ibonyo Simiu will be taking part in the 5,000 men's race. And also at exactly 4:30 a.m., Mary Mora will be taking part in the 800-meter women race. But of course, that coming all the way from United States, and we'll be bringing that live for you right here on KBC Channel 1. And back home, Daniel Wahome will be burning the midnight oil with an in-depth studio analysis of the races and the World Athletic Championships in general. So keep it KBC Channel 1 all the way till the morning, and we can assure you that we remain to be your true sports partner. Now, let's continue with what we have lined up for you. The Kenya national hockey and boxing teams safely arrived in the United Kingdom today morning ahead of the Commonwealth Games set to begin on the 28th of this month in Birmingham. The Kenyan squads have been traveling in batches, with some of the athletes who represented Kenya at the Oregon World Championships having already arrived. Kenya will be represented in various sporting disciplines, including boxing, hockey, athletics, judo, and 3-on-3 basketball, among others. At this year's Commonwealth Games, Team Kenya hopes to better their Gold Coast 2018 result, where they collected a total of 17 medals, 4 gold, 7 silver, and 6 bronze medals, finishing 14th overall. Now, Egypt are champions of the Cadets and Juniors Africa Judo Championship following their remarkable win over Angola in the final played today at the Kasarani Indo Arena. Angola settled for the silver behind Egypt, while Senegal took the bronze. South Africa received the Best Team Spirit Award.
Egypt lifted the 2022 Juniors and Cadets Africa Judo Championship title after beating Angola and Senegal, who was second and third respectively. Kenya again lost massively to Cameroon, with only Commonwealth Games bound Grace None winning her match against Mefo Meuli in the 70 kgs and under category. The other 5 Kenyan players lost their respective matches to players from Cameroon. After winning the cadets category on Friday, Egypt conquered the juniors category, which began on Saturday, and defeated Angola 4-2 in the final late on Sunday afternoon to win gold. Senegal also matched expectations against a confident South African side, winning all their 4 matches to win bronze. The Juniors and Cadets Africa Judo Championship attracted more than 20 countries and was a first major judo event to be held on Kenyan soil.
The competition was amazing, and the organization of the competition was very good. The competition was hard for me. I won first gold medal, and we got it. Egypt got the gold medal, and it's an amazing feeling. We all team, we all love each other. This is how we win. We win by our spirit and by our friendship and love.
It was also one of the many to come preparation events for Kenyan judo players, as Kenya Judo Federation hopes to build a very strong team that will fight for medals at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France.
Kama team Kenya tulipata silver 4, bronze 4. Na kwa mara ya kwanza kuperform kwa hii Africa Championship, hiyo ni kitu kubwa sana. But next time tuna aim higher, na tunaamini ya kuwa with enough training tutatoboa.
A total of 48 Kenyan judo players took part, with more than 6 Kenyan players winning medals in the 4-day Continental Championship.
Now, Kenyan boxer Ashira Ore, who is one of the best professional boxers in the country and one of the most accomplished professional fighters in Denmark, will be attending a boxing competition in Mombasa just a week since arriving home from Denmark.
I'm good. What about you? Yeah, I'm good. You are most welcome.
Ashira Ure has traveled to Mombasa 1 week since arriving from Denmark to attend a boxing competition at the Makande Boxing Club on the 29th to 31st July. His former base, where he started his career, to give motivation to junior boxers. On his arrival in Mombasa, Oure said he is happy to be back home after a long time, as the COVID-19 pandemic restricted his travel back home.
I'll be talking to a few guys. Sure, my big brother have a boxing gym, so I'm teaching him a few things he can use in his gym to make it more productive. Talk to other fitness around here about training and hear how they're doing, and give them some few knowledge about how to train, how to eat, and how to keep yourself healthy and fit.
Ore, however, said there is need to change old guards in the management of the game in the country and replace them with fresh blood for the betterment of the sport.
The boxing, if you want to be champion, you act like a champion, you train like a champion, you sleep like a champion, you believe in yourself, you go work hard, and one time more hard. So that's the only thing you can do. You only what you do. If you don't train hard, it's not going to happen.
Alongside his active boxing career, Oure completed personal trainer courses in the USA and worked as a personal trainer in both America and Denmark.
All right, and that is how we wrap it up. But remember, the night has just begun. There is the ongoing World Athletic Championships in Oregon, USA, and a lot of races lined up for Kenyans to participate in. At 4 a.m. in the morning, Jacob Krop, Nicholas Kimeli Korir, and Daniel Ibonyo Simiu will be taking part in the 5,000 meters men's race. And of course, also at 4:30 a.m., Mary Mora will be participating in the 800-meter women race. But remember, we have an in-depth studio analysis of these races and more that is coming from United States of America. And Daniel Wahome will be burning the midnight oil for you for that, just to discuss more about this. So keep it KBC Channel 1 all the way till morning. But remember also a developing story concerning that accident in Tharaka Nithi County involving a Mombasa-bound bus that veered off near the bridge and plunged into River Nithi, scores Safia dead. We are following up that report for you as well. So keep interacting with us on social media at KBC Channel 1 on our website www.kbc.co.ke for these updates and more. My name is Serfine Achieng Oma. Our sign language interpreter for the night has been Anne Wangeshi. Have a good night and God bless.
Ulimi na mafikira kama sikiza tune kwenye simu yako.